Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Queen Sugar. I know it's been a while, but I'm excited to come back to you all with a pick-a-pal reading. So this pick-a-pal reading is going to focus on what messages your ancestors, your spirit guides, God, the universe have for you at this time. What are some things that you need to hear, that you need to know at this moment within your life? And this can be connected to love. It can be connected to your career, or just like general messages overall within your life. So I definitely recommend coming into this reading just open-minded and kind of like free of any expectations, and just receive the messages that are going to be shared with you in the video. Okay, and then when you do that, then you can apply the messages to different areas of your life, or if it may answer a question that you had earlier, take it whatever resonates basically. Okay, so take a moment to just relax and to take a deep breath in, and take a deep breath out. And allow your ancestors, your spirit guides, God, to move you to the door that best represents the messages that they have for you at this time. This will be door number 1. This will be door number 2. And this will be door number 3. And this will be door number 4. Once you've selected your door or doors, feel free to click the timestamp below to watch your portion of the video. I'll also have it's timestamped within the video, so you can just like move your cursor over to the part of your that represents the pile that you selected as well. I think it's like called like the chapter summary or something like that. Alrighty, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to thumbs up the video and comment below before or after you're done. I wish you all the best. Blessings and love. This will be for those that selected pile number 1. So let's see what your door message is, and then we'll get into your tarot cards, and I'm going to pull additional tarot cards and ancestral messages and other oracle cards as well. So your door message is patience. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. Pass this card on. So the big thing that your ancestors have for you at this time is patience. They want you to be patient. They want you to know that everything that you want and desire are on their way to you, if not already here. But you have to be patient and know that when you receive it, it will be divine time. It will be the perfect time for you to enjoy it. So now let's get into your tarot cards. So I'm going to do one at a time, so I can just kind of like, take in the messages and slow it down. So we have the first card is the 4 of Sticks, which is the 4 of Wands. And so with this 4 of Wands, 4 of Sticks card, I get that this is a cause for celebration, right? And that's why your ancestors are saying to be patient, because there are going to be things for you to celebrate. This is a cause for a celebration. Your guides and your ancestor wants you to start celebrating yourself. It doesn't have to be, big or small in terms of like the accomplishment, but just celebrate it. And I get that they want you to know a win is a win, no matter the size of it. It seems sometimes you may like downplay things that you do, or even overlook it, and you might receive higher praises at work for doing a good job, but you find fault in it, or you find like, oh, I could have did that better, or oh, it wasn't that great. It wasn't that great of a presentation. So it's kind of like, receive the compliments, receive the high praises that you receive from others, and just from yourself as well. And I'm also getting that some of you, when someone gives you the compliment, like I mentioned earlier, you find something to point out, and you have to stop doing that. You have to learn how to accept good energy and welcome it in. And also with the 4 of Sticks card, this represents the rite of passage, right? And something wonderful to look forward to. This is the, but energy of like love here as well, because it's usually like the twin flame, the 1111, marriage and harmony, and just like bliss and love energy within this card. So look forward to harmonious interactions, whether they're platonic or romantic, and know that, there will be a moment where you're going to celebrate this connection as well. I'm also seeing they want to say that a current relationship could be going to the next level, or if you're not seeing anyone in particular, there is an energy of someone stepping in, but make sure that you make space for that person, you welcome that energy in, and you don't push it away. That's why they mentioned before, like, if someone is giving you a compliment, receive it, because you have to get in the habit of receiving compliments and love and just like beautiful energy, because when you don't receive it and welcome it, then it's going to push it away, or that energy won't feel welcome, and so it's not going to want to make that interest, make that step towards you. So that's something to be mindful of. For the next card, we have Gullah Jack. And so in this deck, this is the Hangman. See if you can see the details. And so literally, as I just like held the card, I heard the Rihanna song where she's like, the wait is over, the wait is over. So that kind of goes once again with this patience and knowing that the wait is over. I'm channeling that your guides want you to know that you are done. You have put in so much work that you are about to have a chance to kind of relax and enjoy the gifts and opportunities that they have for you. And I get that for a while you may have been or felt like you were stuck, or you felt like you weren't going down the right path because you haven't had a chance to see any of like the grand physical process or progress yet. But there's been so much progress that you just haven't been aware of, that you don't notice because it's behind the scenes. I'm also getting this is a form of protection. It seems that Spirit wants you to know that, and know that things are going to be changing for the better, but you have to look at it as, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. So changing your perspective, changing your view of how you look at things. I'm also seeing for some of you that you're causing this stalemate energy. Like you need to act and make a sacrifice, whether that be waking up earlier than normally or cutting back on junk food. That's like a random message that I'm channeling. And some of you need to let go of something in order for you to exchange, to like receive the gifts and the opportunities that the universe and that your ancestors want to gift you. So that was like for a random message that I was channeling, but I think it's very important that you pay attention to like your habits and things that you need to get rid of, and also see that, you know what, now that I'm older and wiser, I don't need to do this type of thing anymore, or I don't need to, associate myself with these group of people anymore. There's some type of change that some of you need to do in order to make space for the gifts and the opportunities that want to present themselves to you as well. And then for your last tarot card that we have here, and then we're going to start shuffling some more cards and getting additional messages, we have the Son of Baskets. And this is the Page of Cups. And so with this card, I'm hearing Spirit saying literally, stop running away from what you prayed for. It's like the universe and your ancestors are trying to gift you what you wanted and what you've been praying for, but some of you are running away from it. And I feel like that kind of connects to the first card when we were talking about the compliments and receiving. So some of you might have a problem with receiving your gifts and your opportunities and your blessings and everything that you pray for, because you're so used to not getting it. Now that when you're finally getting it, it's like scary to you. So you're in your comfort zone. And so Spirit is saying, stop running away from what you pray for. The Son of Baskets is coming to you to bear the gifts, right? But he can't give it to you if you run away from him or hide. And you have to, be unafraid of love. You have to, not fear commitment and healing and wealth and prosperity. And sometimes when we are used to the bad side of life, we just become comfortable. Like I mentioned earlier, we become comfortable, we stay in our comfort zone, and we feel as if that is all we can ever attract. And so you have to move beyond that way of thinking, that and that could be causing the stalemate energy for some of you. So thinking, oh, I could never have a nice car like that with my current job, or, all men do this, all women do that. That thinking only creates more blockages for you. So your ancestors are telling you to stop doing that. Get in the habit of breaking that and thinking of something positive, or, affirming the energy of what you really do want. And it's to say, like, okay, let's say you have a job and you work minimum wage and you want to work a really nice car. Maybe you can't necessarily get the car with that money that you make at that particular job, but you might be able to manifest a better job, or someone might gift you a car, or you never know what can happen for you to manifest your dream and your desires. So like, you can't have like a mindset where you're just going to always have this lack energy and expect the worst, or think that only the worst or the bare minimum is going to happen for you. Okay. So now let us get some additional tarot cards to see what else Spirit has to say, your ancestors and your guides. I'm going to push this up some. All right, what additional messages do your ancestors, spirit guides, God, the universe have for you at this time? Look at that, 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups. This is the card of celebratory energy. Spirit wants you to know your time is here. Like when I said earlier, the wait is over. You don't have to do a lot anymore. Like Spirit is letting you know we are about to celebrate. We are already celebrating, number one, but also it's time for you to start celebrating your successes, whether it's, hey, I got up early. I got up 1 hour earlier today than I did yesterday. That is just something that you should celebrate. That is something that you should be proud of, especially if it's something that you struggled with in the past and you're trying to get better with. Like finding the small victories and being grateful for those victories are really important for you right now, because you don't want to, feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough or I'm not good enough. I need to, just accept with the bare minimum because that's all I ever deserve. But it's letting you know that this is a moment for you to celebrate and be proud of yourself. And I'm also getting some of you will be spending some more quality time with your friends and like working with others that have like-minded energy with you as well. And then there's some of you are going to be celebrating an engagement. Like this is a small portion of you that will be doing that, but your ancestors are saying like those that are in a relationship or in a place where you all have been talking about marriage, it seems like that engagement proposal is happening soon, probably before the end of the year. Like I said, that's for a small number of you as well. Let's get a couple more tarot cards. Look at that. We have the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. This is the energy of your ancestors letting you know no matter where you are along your journey, they're always by your side. They're walking with you. They're guiding you. They're protecting you along this journey, this path. So never feel like you're alone. And also this represents the energy of knowing that you don't always know kind of what's happening behind the scenes, but know that you're being supported and guided. So it's like in a way I'm visualizing you're walking along your path, but you don't see your ancestors. Like you don't really physically see them, but they're literally right there, always with you, surrounding you, hugging you, loving you. And just know that you're always being supported, and that you should never feel like, oh, I don't know what I need to do next, so let me just stop. Let me not make this move because I'm not 100% sure, or I'm nervous about the outcome of this. It's like, if you feel confident, if you feel it within you that you should do something, do it, because you feel it for a reason. I'm also seeing that you're going to be receiving more peace in your life as well too, that your ancestors want you to be mindful of. Like peace is coming and peace is here for a lot of you, but more peace is coming for those that are, still expecting a little bit of a shift and waiting for things to kind of like slow down and like die down a little bit. But this goddess in this card represents this opportunity for growth and development, and know that the doors are opening, because there's a door at the end of that card there as well. And just kind of like expanding your horizons and not limiting yourself. When I'm looking at the Gola Jack, the Hangman card, like the wheel, like that pinnacle is on his third eye chakra. And that just reminds me of like, when you see something, if you imagine it, it's meant for you to, create and to bring into life. And know that sometimes I'm really channeling this strong message for a lot of you in this pile, that whatever visions and dreams that you have, keep them to yourself, protect them. You can't tell everybody your dreams. You can't tell everybody your visions and share that with people. Share it with them when you're done with it, when it's completed and it's ready, to be shown to the world. Be shared with the world. Don't share with people when it's in the womb, because people, whether they are low vibrational or even those that are around you, sometimes they don't see your vision or they understand it, so they might speak negatively on it, or they might doubt you, or they might have that energy that just doesn't add fuel to this vision. And it's important to protect it at all costs. So I'm channeling that strongly. All right, let's get one more tarot card, and then we're going to get into the oracle, and then we'll get into the spiritual messages from my 2 decks. Well, look at that. The Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups. You see how happy she is? You see how happy he is? The kids in the background, the rainbow, the cups, everything playing out the way that you always wanted it to. The love, the relationship, the marriage, the job, the career, the wealth, the peace, the success. All of that is here for you and ready, but you have to be willing to receive it, because the universe is not going to just give it to you if you don't want it, And I feel that this card just represents this harmonious vision that we were mentioning earlier with the 4-6. You see, like that, I'm telling you, a couple of y'all are getting engaged this year. Like, the energy is very strong. And even those that don't get engaged this year, like, they're letting you know love is in the cards for you. And I know we hear that all the time in like tarot readings and stuff, but I feel like your ancestors are sharing this message with you, because a lot of you don't believe that you will ever find true love, you will ever have true love, you will ever have a healthy relationship, because you're used to, narcissist or abusive, whether it be mentally, emotionally, physically type of partners. And Spirit is saying, no, you don't have to fear love anymore, because you're actually going to have a solid and healthy love within your life. And this card also represents, divine alignment, and that everything will come together when it's supposed to and how it's meant to. That's why Spirit is saying be patient, because they don't want you to feel like you have to rush things. And then when you rush things, things are not going to be stable. And this card represents stability. It represents emotional fulfillment. And, a lot of you will develop relationships where there's going to be harmony with joy and also love, and the opportunities that you receive are for your highest good, and this is just encouraging you to continue to push forward and to just know that you are going to have it. It's, for some of you, it's already here, but all you got to do is just be patient and welcome the love in and welcome it in, and practice self-love more and more, and just continue to heal and work on yourself. Okay, so now let's get some of the soul journey. Bottom of the deck, patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Look at that. How funny is that? Patience once again. So let's see what other messages Spirit has for you at this time. The patient comes out, that's going to be funny. All right, what additional messages do your ancestor spirit guides have for you at this time? What do they want you to know? What do they want to say? What does your higher self want to say? Look at that. We have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Trust and know your 10 of cups, your 4 sticks is coming towards you. Trust and know your opportunities and your gifts are here for you to enjoy and to celebrate with your friends and your family, and even just with yourself. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. So I feel like with this indecision card, this is all about you going back and forth in your head. Should I believe this? Should I accept this? Is this the real deal? Or is it just like a fantasy? Am I thinking something that's never going to happen for myself? And that goes with the trusting issue. Like, you have to trust and believe that you are going to manifest everything. Your soul and spirit manifested in this physical dimension, right? And even though you might feel limited sometimes, whether it just be the constraints of like work or, just society, know that you are able to manifest anything that you want. You're never alone in the process when it comes to making a decision. As you can see, like her spirit guide, her spirit animal is walking along the path with her. And spirit and your ancestors, they only want the best for you, right? So listen to your inner voice, trust it, trust your guides, trust your ancestors, because they're here to guide you and to help you. And they'll show you when things are an illusion. They'll show you when things are not what they seem. And also with the third eye, how I mentioned earlier with Gullah Jack, it's like, trusting your third eye, trusting your vision, right? Okay. So now let us get some ancestral messages. So we'll start with the first version, and then we'll get the second one, and then we'll be done. All right. Okay. So we have, if you don't play to win the game, then why are you playing? Meaning, if you want love, if you want success, if you want wealth, if you want, peace, if you want healing, if that's what you want, you can't run away from it. So that's what it's saying. It's like, don't play the game if you don't plan on winning. But also, like, let me rephrase that. Don't be afraid to win if you're playing the game. Like, that's the purpose of playing the game. It's like to win. And even if you do, quote unquote, lose, you still learn something from it. You might learn how to play better. You might learn better techniques, or learn what you should do next time. So it's like, you have to have a mindset like, I'm going to get everything that I want, period. And accept that energy and be in that energy and believe it. That's the key. Next, we have pray with sincerity and a willingness to be guided and helped. So once again, your ancestors, your guides, God, the universe, they're here to help you and guide you. So if you need assistance, just call on them. You're never alone to begin with, but sometimes they like for us to actually say like, hey, I need help with this. So they know that that they're there. Look at that. Abundance, love, and wealth are coming your way. Spirit is literally trying to tell you that it's already here. It's here. Be patient, because it's already here. We're making it beautiful. We're putting this beautiful bow on it, so you can enjoy it. So don't question it. Don't question us. Just trust it. All right, let's get your last messages, and then we'll be done with your reading. All right, we have, if it doesn't bring peace or purpose, then don't give it your attention, time, or energy. Beautiful. So once again, that goes back to this energy of, that stalemate energy we were talking about earlier. Like, if it's not pushing you, if it's not encouraging you, motivating you, pushing you to move forward, then maybe you need to let it go. Maybe you shouldn't give it as much attention and energy as you should at this time, because there's something that needs your attention, or, that you should put your energy towards. All right, let's get another one. We have, your heart chakra needs healing and clearing. What pain still sits with you? Very, very good. I like this. I like it because, that goes with the energy of receiving love, right? That's one of the other things that we really hear a lot of within this pile, is that the energy of receiving, right? When we don't receive, it comes from a place of us not feeling worthy of it, worthy of receiving that thing that we want, or that person, or whatever it is. And so your heart chakra does need some attention, because when you heal that space and when you really embody self-love, what happens is you shift your way of thinking, you shift the way that you receive. You also shift your aura, where you're allowing yourself to receive the things and know that you deserve it. And it's not by mistake. It's not a coincidence. Like, oh, I got this because I deserve it. That's what I'm supposed to have, and in a way you can be cocky about it, because it's like, you should be self-confident and feel worthy of whatever it is that you want. You don't deserve the bare minimum. You deserve everything and then some. And like, as I just finished saying that, like, literally something within my throat chakra just started to like clamp up. Some of you need to speak up for yourself and stand up for yourself. And that could be what this, if it doesn't bring me peace or purpose, then don't give it your energy, attention, or time, is coming from, is that you might have to let somebody go. You might have to let something go. And it could be a behavior. It could be a pattern. It could be a mindset or way of thinking, a person, whatever it is, but let it go. Get rid of it. Speak up for yourself and stand up for yourself. That's also self-love. When you stand up for yourself, that's self-love. All right, let's get your final message from your ancestors, spirit guides, and see what we have. We have, you must break the chains. Be the one to break the cycle. We could only do so much. We will be here to help you, because we know it is hard. They're here. So that's another reason why Spirit is saying, like, you're going to be rewarded all of this abundance and this love and this wealth, because you did something that your ancestors weren't able to do fully. You did something that took a lot of time, a lot of energy. That's why I said earlier, like, a lot of you are tired and you're like, when is it going to be my time? When am I going to have all of this stuff? You're going to get it. You're getting rewarded for this. All the work that you put in, all the energy, the effort, you're getting rewarded for it. And so that's why Spirit is saying your time is now to celebrate. They're celebrating for you, but also they're celebrating for your lineage, because you did something, like I said, that your ancestors weren't able to do, and they're proud of you and they appreciate you doing this and being able to do it. And that's why it's important to just trust them and know that you're in good hands. You've always been in good hands, honestly, but sometimes we forget that. Okay. So this is what I have for those that selected this pile. This was a beautiful reading. I'm excited for a lot of you to receive this abundance and this love and all of this, amazing, well-deserved energy and just opportunities, because you've gone through a lot, you've done a lot, and you're going to receive so much for your effort and so much for your work, and all the pain, the tears, the blood, all of that it'll be worth it, because you're going to get so much out of it and from this. And so that's what your ancestors want to share with you at this time. Okay. So if you enjoyed your reading, feel free to leave a comment below, thumbs up the video, and check out other videos on my channel. I appreciate the love and the support. I wish you all the best. Blessings, love, light, and abundance. Alrighty, pile number 2. So let's see what your door message is. And once we get into that, we'll go through your tarot cards. I'm going to pull additional tarot cards and oracle cards as well. And then we will get some ancestral messages from my decks. Alright, so your door message is forgive and forgive. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and waken, see a new sunrise. So I feel like one of the big messages your ancestors and guides have for you right now is just to forgive yourself and to let go of anything that you've been harboring from the decisions that you made in the past, from the mistakes that you made, and just move on, let it go. And some of you may need to also forgive someone, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like done physically, like in person. It could just be like, you know what, I'm going to let this go. I forgive them for what they did, and I'm just going to move on. I feel like with the forget, for some of you, you need to forget, because if you don't, you're going to always go back to this energy of like feeling bad for yourself, feeling sad about things. So definitely forgive yourself and let yourself, heal and just move forward. Okay. So now let's get into your tarot cards. So your first card we have is Bishop C.H. Mason. So this is the Hierophant. This is the Hierophant in this deck. I'm going to scoot that over some. All right. So in terms of like the energy that I'm feeling with this card, is that Spirit needs you to trust them. This is not always the easiest things for us to do, but we have to, especially if we have problems with being in control. Trust and know that all the wisdom you seek is within you, but also all the guidance that you need is always being provided, because the Hierophant is someone that's very, wise, they're educated, they're literally like a walking library. They hold so much information. And I know this card might seem a little intimidating to some people just because it's, a little bit quote unquote darker, but it's powerful, because it's saying that sometimes, we shoot ourselves in the own foot just by not saying the right thing to ourselves, or like not believing something, accepting for what it is, and we just make it harder on ourselves. So I feel like that's why Spirit is saying you need to trust them and trust yourself, and know that whenever you feel something or think of something, it's for a reason, and it's not for you to start spiraling down a black hole, but more so like taking that information and just like waiting to see what Spirit shows you next, what the guidance that they're going to give you next. That's the first message that I'm getting. All right, for your second tarot card, we have Miss Robinson, and she represents the devil in this deck. Let's see what this card says. R.I.P. the one who got the wrong one. I love that. I don't think I've ever paid attention to to what that said on the card. But I love that. The reason why I love it is because this represents the energy of like, you know, RIP to the person that treated you poorly. RIP to the person that missed out on someone that's amazing, which is you. Meaning, you know, with the forgive and forget, it's like, I'm gonna let you go, I'm gonna move on from this, and that's your loss. I'm your loss. You know, your life won't be the same now because I'm not in it, or, you know, I don't entertain you the way that I once did. And I love it because Spirit is saying like, you have to have that energy when it comes to like letting go and moving forward, in terms of like people, careers, whatever. Like if you got let go from your job and for whatever reason it was super small or it wasn't even that big of a deal, like look at it as like, that's their loss. Something bigger and better is coming for me. And I also feel like with this card, this is actually like a warning message for some of you from your guides. And it's just telling you honestly to just listen to your gut. Listen to them and don't question them. It's a form of protection. I feel like if you fail to listen to them, you can put yourself in an unhealthy or dangerous situation. And you don't want that, right? You don't want that. And if you're always, like, for example, this is a great example, like whenever you're going to work or something or going to someone's house and you always go a certain route, but then you feel this urge to like make a left instead of the right that you always do, make that left, because it could be for a reason that's beyond what you can see. Maybe there was an accident that was about to happen and Spirit is trying to, you know, get you out of that way. Or sometimes delays or missed opportunities are just Spirit's way to protect you. So if something doesn't work out, it's not a bad thing necessarily. It could be a form of protection. We always hear that all the time. Another example could be like, you know, maybe things have been super stressful at work and Spirit is trying to communicate with you that it is time for you to leave that job. It is time for you to leave that space. You might not know what your next steps are, but it's okay to start applying to other jobs and update your resume. You know, meditate before you go into work. Protect your energy. I'm getting that some of you are in a space where it is stressful at work and you're just debating like, should I quit? Should I get another job? So like definitely start looking and applying other places, but also protect your energy while you're in that space, whether that be wearing like a certain crystal or stone that just kind of like, you know, repels negative energy. Doing that, praying before you go to work, praying, you know, during your lunch break, whatever it is that keeps you sane and keeps you healthy, do that, because, you know, Spirit wants you to make sure that you know when to remove yourself from situations that don't serve you anymore. I'm also getting this for a few of you. Some of you are dealing with like a narcissist or someone with strong narcissistic characteristics, and it's time for you to let that person go. You know, it is for your well-being and for your safety. So let's say if it's like your child's parent, then make sure you only communicate with them for scheduled pickups and like drop-offs or like, you know, anything connected to the child. Don't engage too much beyond the necessities. That goes back to like protecting your energy, protecting your space, right? And then let's see, what else am I getting? But yeah, I feel like also with that, it's just like, you know, Spirit is trying to pull you away from some particular situation or people or just energy or space, because you need to focus on your growth and your healing and your success. So don't let the distractions get in the way. Don't let them get the best of you. Your only enemy or your downfall is your own fear. Being in your own way is your enemy, right? And I was saying earlier with like, you know, sometimes we shoot ourselves in our own foot because we say something or we do something that doesn't, you know, push us in a way that is in alignment with our purpose. And it's like, know that fear, because, you know, the devil's connected to obsessions and like negative energy. And so like fear is something we have to master. Like it's okay to get afraid, to become afraid about something or nervous about something, but you can't sit in it. You can't let it prohibit you from making moves and being successful and getting the things that you want and that you desire. So that's why Spirit is letting you know, you have to know that your only enemy or downfall is your own fear. It's yourself, honestly, right? It's really you. So once you understand that mindset, then you're going to be able to kind of conquer anything and know that, you know what, I can do it. It doesn't matter the situation or the circumstances. I can make it happen for myself. I just have to believe and trust that and know that. All right, for your last tarot card, we have the Father of Baskets, and this is the King of Cups in this deck. And so with this Father of Baskets card, I honestly am noticing like the clocks, or I feel like they look like clocks to me. I don't know why they look like clocks. Like I don't see like the numbers or the hands on the clocks, but they feel like clocks to me. So this could represent this energy of like, you know, timing. Maybe you're wondering when something's going to happen, and Spirit is saying like, the more you dwell on it, the longer it's going to take. That's what I'm getting for the first one. The other thing that I'm getting with this card is honestly like this is a card of abundance, right? So the boat of abundance, because like there's this boat behind him, he has his basket, and he's surrounded by so many colorful like birds or cloth. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but it just looks colorful. And this man is surrounded by, you know what? I think these are fish. Yep, they're fish. That's what he's surrounded by. Fish represent abundance. They represent wealth, and luxury and money and being able to provide. And so what I'm getting is that there's actually a male energy that is present and is helping you out with your finances, or is about to start doing that. He is doing some spiritual plans, and also like sending someone. This is a spiritual aspect of it. Like, he's a spiritual being, this person that's doing this, but he's going to send someone down in a physical to give you more help, like with your money, but also to give you money too. And it could be like a mentor, it could be a friend or a stranger that you meet in passing, but it's just like a very strong good luck energy here for sure. Okay, so now let's get some more tarot cards. All right, so let's get some tarot cards first to see what additional messages Spirit has for you at this time. Some of y'all are bumping heads, like butting heads with somebody. Like, it's kind of like this back and forth energy, like conflict. So pay attention to that. Like, sometimes you just have to walk away from a disagreement or an argument as well. I'm gonna just put that out there. Like, I know that was a random message, but some of you need to know when to just let go of the argument, let go of the discussion, because it's not getting anywhere, and you don't want to waste your time and your energy on that. All right, so for your tarot cards, we have the Ace of Cups, beautiful. We have the Chariot, and then we have the Ace of Swords. This is absolutely stunning. So you see how, like, maybe the first couple of cards here look a little dark or intimidating, but these bottom cards look very welcoming. The energy is like lighter and beautiful, and it just seems like healthier, and so I feel like when you let go of the things that you need to let go of, when you make space for the guidance and for the wisdom and for this abundance, it literally just comes in with ease. It won't be so difficult. Like, you won't have to work so hard to receive it. The Ace of Cups talks about just this newness and love, and it can represent divine love, it can represent romantic love, but also know that with the this card, it just represents this overflow of like emotion, intuition, guidance, love, awareness, awakening of like the human spirit in a way as well too. And I feel like with this sun and that beautiful dove in the background here, let me put it up to the camera so you guys can see. It's just like the flow of the divine, the flow of the universe, God, your ancestors, showing you compassion and just giving you more, and allowing you to know that, to remind you that you are love, and, you shouldn't be afraid of it. And when you really practice that self-love theme, you're going to receive so much more than what you always dreamt of, because you know that you deserve it. You know that you're supposed to have it. So don't fear love. Don't fear the development of emotion or tapping into your emotions. Embrace it, nurture it, and also reciprocate it too, because it's a balance. It's give and take. It's give and take. You can't just want to take but never give, and you can't always take, or you can't always like give but never like take as well. So it has to be a balance here with you. The Chariot, once again, like, just movement, progress, success, things coming towards you and ready to come towards you. The universe is ready to give you these things, to give you these opportunities and these blessings that you've been wanting for a while. And like, a lot of things are just finally pulling together. They're coming along together. But I feel like, they want you to continue to practice like self-love and self-control here, and discipline, and just being confident in yourself, and like, going after what you want with this Ace of Swords card here, like being clear about what you want, going after what you want, cutting out the BS, cutting out the stuff that doesn't matter anymore to you, that doesn't serve you, and just being victorious within your energy, And I feel that some of you struggle with that in the past, of like, maybe you let people like walk over you, or you didn't speak up for yourself or stand up for yourself, but now you're in this moment where you're like, what, I now have the power to achieve the success that I've always wanted. I now have the power to achieve the abundance that I've always known that I was supposed to have. And, you know, you're learning more, you're wiser now, because you do have this Hierophant here. And, you know, this air energy is just like, you know, the ability to learn and to just hold a lot of wisdom and intellect as well, you know, and know that there's not going to be a lot of obstacles the way that there once were, because you are releasing and getting rid of the bad habits and the bad people and the bad energies, so you can make space for the goodness that wants to come into your life, the abundance that wants to come into your life, the change that wants to come into your life for the better. I'm also getting, for like a couple of you all going to get a new car. I don't know why, but your ancestors are saying you're going to get a new car. Maybe you've been saving for a down payment, or pay the money to buy the car, or even just like, you know, you're waiting to see if you'll get approved or finance, or, you know, get the lease or whatever. And Spirit is saying you're going to get approved and get that new car. So congratulations on those that get the new car. If you've been praying about it and wondering like if your ancestors want you to get a new car, they do. All right. So now let's get your next card. Look at that. We have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Because one, you already know the answers. So why do you doubt it, right? But also too, it's like doubt is the thing that will kind of going with fear. Like doubt and fear will literally be your downfall. If you keep doubting something, you're going to be fearful, and then you're going to end up manifesting the thing that you don't want, right? So you have to learn how to not doubt it, not question it, believe in it, have faith in it, and know that if I thought about it, if I said I want it, I'm going to get it. And just leave it there, you know. What else am I getting with that? And just being consciously aware of like when you're in that space of doubt and fear, like you can't avoid it. Like there's going to be times where you're going to be doubtful or fearful, but you have to know how to transmute it. Like you have to be quick with it. Like, ooh, I'm having a moment. Let me give myself 2 more minutes in this moment, and then let me transmute it. That way I don't let it sit with me, and I harbor it, and I, you know, let it fester inside. All right, let's get one more. And then we'll get the ancestral messages from my decks. Look at that. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Your ancestors are telling y'all to stop worrying. Stop questioning stuff. Stop, you know, fearing it. Stop it. Just stop it. And I feel like that's why I said the thing earlier with like we shoot our own selves in the foot sometimes when we say certain things or when we believe certain things. And it's like the universe is like, I got all of this stuff laid out for you. But every time you question it, you delay it a lot more and more. And you have to stop worrying. You have to stop doubting it. Why do you doubt things that you want? Why do you doubt or worry about it? Get to the root of that. I feel like when you get to the root of that, you're going to be able to combat that worry and that doubt energy. But also you'll understand, where does it come from? Does it come from, you know, my mother always worrying about stuff? She was a worrier, and so that's why I'm the way that I am. Or does it come from, you know, like I've seen people in my family, you know, try to go after their dreams and it just didn't work out for them. That doesn't mean it's not going to work out for you, but it's just like understanding, why do you feel this need to worry and doubt everything, you know? And then once you figure that out, figure out ways to fight it and to, you know, not let it take control of you. Okay. So now let's get some ancestral messages and we'll be done with your reading. All right. So the first two are, pay attention to the signs and messages for the next few days. We will show you your answer. Be patient, seek the right moment and opportunity, be swift, and collect your blessings. Nice. Let's get one more, and then I'll get my other deck, and then we'll be done. Wipe off your third eye. You are missing something. So there's something that Spirit wants you to see. And so in order to see it, make sure you clear your third eye chakra, you balance it. You can listen to third eye chakra music on YouTube. You can do a meditation. You can say affirmations to keep it balanced. But make sure you do that because you don't want to miss this answer that they're going to show you. Okay? And it's like I'm looking at this and I notice like the X is right above her third eye, and I feel like, you know, it looks like, I think of the X as like blocked, and so I feel like maybe some of you have a blocked third eye right now, and so it's important for you to balance it and unblock it. All right, we have, it's okay if you haven't figured it all out yet. That is the beauty of a journey. You get to decide where to go, right under the Chariot. So it's like, you know, sometimes you just hop into the car with the universe, hop in the car with your ancestors, hop in the car with your with God, and let them steer you, let them guide you for a little bit, because maybe they want to take you on a route that's a little bit quicker than the route that you were going to take, you know. So paying attention to that as well. Okay, let's get one more or two more. We have, be careful, pay attention to the company you keep and those resurfacing from your past. So that could represent that devil energy, like someone from your past that you may have dealt with that's a karmic, or just karmic energy wanting to resurface, wanting to come back, but also worry and doubt. I feel like that's connected to the worry and the doubt. Like, be careful, pay attention to the company you keep. The company could just be worrying and doubting stuff. And notice how that interferes with your visions and the way that you move about the day and how you handle things. And then last, we have your crown chakra needs some attention. Clean your space and capture your thoughts to help clear your mind. So I feel like this is important, because with the doubt and the fear, that literally clutters your mind space, your crown chakra, right? And so Spirit wants you to meditate and just kind of focus yourself, recenter yourself, ground yourself. And you know that your third eye and your crown chakra are very close to each other. They're literally, you know, one away from each other. And you know, it's important for you to balance these two chakras, so that way you are able to fully rest and not overthink and not overanalyze anything. Some of you, if you don't do this stuff now, like balancing these chakras, you're going to start experiencing really bad migraines or really bad headaches. And some of you may have already been experiencing this now, so it's really important to do it right now. Okay. So this is what I have for those that selected this pile. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed it. This reading it feels like it was something that a lot of you needed to hear, and it's just confirmation for a lot of you. And so definitely listen to the messages in this reading, take it and receive it, maybe reflect on it for a little bit, and do what you have to do to get rid of this fear and this doubt and this anxiety that a lot of you harbor, so you can, you know, enjoy your Ace of Cups, enjoy your abundance and your wealth and your you know, your love and all of that greatness. Okay, I love you all. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed this reading, and leave a comment below. Best wishes. All right, pile 3, so let's see what your door message is, and then we're going to get into your tarot cards. I'm going to pull additional tarot cards and also oracle cards, and then I'll get the spiritual messages from my deck at the very end. So let's see what we got. So your message is walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people. The earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you'll find the will to survive. So I'm looking at this card, and it looks like y'all have been through so much. Just because it's like so much, there's a lot of destruction here and debris, and it looks dark, but when you open the window, you see the light, or you see open the door, you see this light, this vision, and you know, like, it's not over there, or like, you know, it's not the end. Basically, there's so much more for me to do, right? So I feel like a lot of you have gone through a lot, and so Spirit is saying that the light is here, you know, but also finding that light within yourself is key too, because sometimes you might not be able to find the thing that gives you that light, like open the door, find the window, or like, you know, to do those type of things. But if you have the light within, then you can walk yourself through and figure it out eventually. So originally with other piles, I've been like doing it one by one, but I'm feeling called to kind of like just flip them all over together and just kind of, you know, combine them. So let's see what we get. All right, so your first card is a 10 of sticks. So literally, how I was mentioning, like, you guys have been through a lot. You've gone through a lot, put a lot of work in, carried a lot of burdens. Next is, okay, so we got a reversal. I usually don't do reversals, but I will keep it this way. The Son of Sticks. So this is what it looks like upright. And then it was in reverse. And then, ooh, the Two of Baskets. Beautiful. This is one of my favorite cards of the deck. This is the Two of Cups. If you're not familiar with this deck, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This card, oh my gosh, I'm getting a lot of energy from this pile. So let's get started, y'all. Okay, so I want to start with these two, the Two of Sticks and the Son of Sticks. Just going to hold them up for you guys. I'm getting that the big message. Some of you feel as if you're constantly going up a large hill with so much baggage and weight, and it feels like it's just an ongoing battle, you know. And I feel like you're just tired. You're like, when is it going to be over? When am I going to be done with this stuff, right? And I feel like Spirit is just wanting to say to you, don't push something away. Like, you see how his hand is up in this card that wants to be there. So I'm looking at this Two of Cups card to just start this message off. Don't push it away because of fear. Don't push it away because you're so independent. I feel like a lot of you, honestly, you carry so much weight and baggage because you want to. Because you feel like, oh, if I don't do it, then it's not going to get done. If I don't do it, it won't be right. If I don't do it, you know, my family's going to suffer. If I don't do it, it's like you do it because you want to and you feel like you have to, right? And what Spirit is saying is like, if someone wants to help you carry that weight, they are in that space to help. Let them help you. If you have a lot of groceries and someone says like, oh, let me open the door for you. No, I got it. I do that sometimes. Now I let people open the door if they want to open the door. Let them open the door. Let them be helpful, right? Because we can block our blessings when we are too proud to ask for help or just receive it. And I feel like Spirit is telling you, stop adding too much to your plate when you know you can't handle it all. And that's okay if you can't handle it all. You can only do so much. You can only obtain so much. So you have to give yourself the space to take a break, to breathe, but also to let people help you if they want to help you. I'm also feeling that another message that Spirit wants to say is like, some of you are having or may have recently had a setback in a relationship or a connection with a friend, family member, or lover. And that setback was for a reason. Spirit is trying to tell you and show you that it may be time to let it go because you have been holding on too much energy and too much pain and too much work into this connection. Like I said, whether it be family, friend, romantic partner, whatever, it's time to let that person go. Maybe you need to let go of the need to over invest as well. Like, maybe you don't necessarily have to get rid of them because they're not a bad person, but like maybe you need to take a step back and not over invest in the connection. There's an energy of letting go because it seems like you may be the only one carrying a lot of weight in this connection, and it's not fair to you. But you know, here's the beautiful part of this. It's like the moment you let go, the right energy comes in for you. And it could be a new friend, it could be a new business partner, it could be a new soulmate, or even a rekindle connection or relationship that you had with someone. But you have to make room for it and for that newness that is ready to come into your life. And you can't do that if you keep putting more junk and more stuff on your plate and on your back and trying to carry this up. And I feel like Spirit is telling you, like, they keep trying to tell you to stop, but you don't see that. You just keep, oh, I'll do this, I can do this, I can handle this, I can do all of this stuff. But you're going to end up breaking your back. You're going to end up putting yourself in a position that is going to be so hard for you to get out of because you added too much to your plate, and now you got to get through it and dig through it. And I look at this card again, and it's like, maybe a lot of this debris is the stuff that you know were hoarding in this home, right, in the space, and you had to get rid of a lot of that junk to see the door. Maybe that stuff was in the way of you actually being able to open the door. Maybe it was in the way of you actually seeing where the door was, because it was so much. So there's this need to kind of like relax and not take on so many tasks and responsibilities, and prioritize what is important, what needs your attention at this time, but also know that you are a priority. You have to make yourself a priority. Okay, so that's one of the big messages that I'm getting. All right, with this Two of Baskets card, my favorite card, such a beautiful card. I love it. I'm getting so many different things with it. So there is a balance and a harmonious connection waiting to arrive. I'm also seeing like you have to remember that you can have your soulmate, or you can't have your soulmate if you keep entertaining a playmate. Now, what does that mean? If you know that you want love and you want a marriage or whatever, you can't keep doing stuff that's not in alignment with that energy, right? And so now this can be connected to love, but also anything. For example, it could be like you can't expect to have a slimmer body. We'll say that's the soulmate. If you keep avoiding exercising or eating junk food and not drinking the water that you need, which is the playmate. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can't expect something that you truly want if you're not putting that energy out that matches it, or that is in alignment with it, or moving towards the energy. Because like a lot of us still have to learn and grow, so we're not going to be 100% ready for it. But if we're doing the things that we need to do to get us into the space of having it, the universe and God, our ancestors, are going to see that, and they're going to be like, okay, she's ready, he's ready, so let me introduce this next thing to you. Another thing, like another example, you can't expect to make 6 figures one day, which is the soulmate, and continue to work at a job that stresses you out daily, or being afraid to take your bags and move to a different state where there are going to be bigger and better opportunities for you, which is the playmate. Fear is like that playmate energy. Your playmate is fear in this sense, or like being stagnant, or even just being in your comfort zone in that example. But you have to have that faith, and you have to step out on faith and just go for it, right? You have to be in alignment with the energy in some way, shape, or form, whether it's like, I'm gonna just go after my dreams and I'm gonna do it. That's good. And so I feel like a lot of you have to figure out, what am I entertaining that's not in alignment with what I want? I want this. Okay, I need to stop doing this. I want, financial freedom and abundance. I need to, be mindful of like my spending, right? And it's not saying like, oh, you can't buy things that you like, but it's like, be mindful of what you're doing, and if that's in alignment with what you want. And when you are able to manifest that thing, then you can make changes to it where you can do the things that you want again in a way that you like, but also being, cognizant of like your behaviors and your patterns, right? What else am I thinking of? In this card, I'm looking at the baskets and like the flowers in this card, and I feel like Spirit is saying that the flowers nectar, it's about to get juicier, it's about to get sweeter, meaning that life is about to get so much better. Literally, tell your guides and your ancestors one day, like before bed, do it before bed so you can have this dream. Show me how much better my life gets, and watch the changes that happen. Watch what happens in your dreams. Watch what happens in your life. Now, know that some stuff might be removed. If you want better, you must make room for it, right? So when you say that, and when you say it with conviction, and you say it with confidence, don't be surprised if somebody disappears, or if something disappears, because Spirit is like, okay, bet I'm gonna do this because you said you want your life to be better. So let me reorchestrate some stuff. Let me fix some things up now so I can make sure that you get those things, right? We can't fight it, and we can't be resistant to it as well. So definitely pay attention to what is removed, and don't dwell on it. Don't be, down about it too long to where you're going to try to get it back, and then you just delay yourself even more. What else? And I think the last thing too with these cards is just like, I see partnership between you and Spirit in this card, this Two of Baskets card, right? And it's about you two working together. You're working with your ancestors. You're working with, the universe, with God, and collaborate, because you are the author and the main character of your story. But let Spirit assist you as well. Let them be the co-authors, or help in ways where you might not be able to even realize you need assistance. Just say like, dear ancestors, dear spirit guides, assist me in the ways that I don't know that I need your assistance in. And you'll be surprised at like what changes happen, what ways, like how light your baggage or your load will feel when you do that, and you won't have to harbor so much. Okay, so now let's get some tarot cards to see what else we get. I'm gonna scoop this up some. We got too many cards, so I'm gonna put these back. All right. All right, perfect. We got 3 cards. So we have the Fool. We have the 6 of Cups. And then we have the 7 of Wands. Watch your back. Watch your back. Don't put too much on your back. That's the first thing I'm channeling with that message. So keep going. I'm hearing them say that too. Keep going. Don't stop. No matter what is behind you or what you, I'm like getting this visual of like, you know, you're in like this forest. It's super dark and you hear like the hissing of like a snake, and you hear like you hear the trees moving, you hear animals like moving, and you're nervous. You're like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what's coming towards me. Keep walking. Pay attention to where you're going. Don't pay attention to the past. Pay attention to where you're going. And when I say like don't pay attention to the past, I'm not saying like, oh, forget about, you know, things that you need to heal from and, you know, work on. I'm saying if something didn't work out, it didn't work out. It is what it is. You can't change that. Like, you can't go back in time and change that. If it didn't work out, if you had to let something go, just look at it and understand the lessons that you learned from that and why you think that it happened that way, and just move forward. You have to continue to push through and go forward, but you can't hold on to the ghost of the past. You can't carry the weight of the past with you all the time, you know? And I feel like with the 6 of Cup energy, this is just kind of confirming how I mentioned earlier, like some of you might be rekindling a relationship with somebody, but also too, like this connection with spirit, like you working together in this harmonious energy to fix things, to move forward, so you're able to enjoy everything that they have in store for you. And also working towards like, you know, your connections with like your friends and your family, you know, healing, you know, just being carefree and just having fun is also what I'm getting with that too. And I feel like this is about you needing to take the time to revisit the past and know what things you need to let go of. So when I say don't look at the past and carry it with you, like literally don't carry that issue with you anymore. Let it go. Like, you know, if there's some things that you have to resolve from your childhood, like healing and trauma and stuff like that, I absolutely revisit that and understand it, work through it, process it, get through it. But some stuff we hold on to that we just have to let go of. Like, I don't know why this person in the 7th grade did this to me. And it's like, let it go. Just let it go. Let it go, because it doesn't serve you to keep holding on to it. Now, if it's a part of the piece of the puzzle to help you heal and to grow, because you have to think of a bigger picture, then obviously you're going to have to, you know, work through all of that. Like, okay, why during middle school did I experience these type of situations, and why did I act the way that I did? Like, learning these things might be helpful for you, but it's like also understanding that fine line of like, okay, I can't carry all of this weight with me. Like, some stuff I have to carry because I have to work through it, but some stuff I'm like, I literally have to let it go. Like, that's the key. Letting stuff go that just no longer serve you from your past is key here. And I'm also getting like being open to receiving as well, because there is a new beginning that wants to unfold and be presented to you. And I love that the Fool is right under the 10 of Sticks, because it's saying that all the hard work and the things that you've carried and done for the past years, they weren't going unnoticed. It wasn't for nothing. So, you know, don't ever feel like, dang, I did all of this stuff and I'm not going to be, you know, acknowledged for it. I'm not going to receive my love and my blessings and all of this stuff. You will, but you also have to make room for it, right? And you can't make room for something if you're going to always keep carrying this energy and harboring the past. And that's what it is. You know, now I understand what Spirit is trying to say. Some of y'all like to sit in the past and sit on stuff that happened so long ago, when literally it doesn't even matter anymore. That's what they mean by saying let go of the past. Because like a lot of you might have to work through like childhood trauma and just like wounds and stuff, but you have to revisit the past to do that. But what they're saying for those that just like to sit in the past and sit in like, oh, this person did this to me, and it's like, okay, they did it. You felt the way that you felt. They felt the way that they felt. Let it go. Move on. Stop sitting in it and let it and move forward. Oh, this job didn't accept me and I had a great resume. Okay. But you got a job now that you love. Why are you still dwelling on something that doesn't even serve you anymore? So that's the big message that they're saying with this energy. And also too, just to like protect yourself, make sure that you sage your space, like smudge your space, smudge yourself, and also using like Florida water if you have any, praying, setting your intentions to be protected when you're driving, when you're traveling, when you're asleep. All of that is what I'm getting as well. Continue to pray over yourself and pray over your loved ones, and like your ancestors are always protecting you, but it doesn't help to continue to have that additional prayer and energy. Okay, so now let's get some oracle cards. All right. We have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. See, that's what I'm talking about with the past. It's like when you lose something, it's an opportunity to appreciate, like, you know what, that happened for a reason. This thing happened for a reason. I lost this for a reason. And seeing the beauty of it and just move on and let it go and continue to manifest and walk towards what it is that you want in your new beginning. It's okay to be sad about something when you have to let it go. That's why I also said earlier too with the when you say like, show me how my life gets better, be prepared to lose something. And it might not necessarily have to be a person or a job, but it could be something like, kind of small. Like maybe you might lose something. You might lose your favorite bracelet. And you're like, dang it, I love that bracelet. I had it for, 10 years and I don't have it anymore. It's like, it's a reason for it, So grieve, but then also know that you can appreciate the opportunity of losing that thing because now you have space for something new. Look at that. We have change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And so I feel like this is connected to like your new beginning, is that, you have to change the way you handle things. You have to change the way that you carry yourself. You have to change the way that you, prioritize certain things within your life and what weight you carry. You have to make a change here. It's necessary in order for you to really enjoy and have this new beginning, to have this two of cups energy. You have to make a change in the way that you think, in the way that you handle things, because you're going to get to a point where you're going to be so burnt out, you're not going to be able to appreciate anything. You're not going to be able to appreciate the life that you want. I'm getting, for some of y'all overwork. You do too much when it comes to work. Like it's like you either pull too many hours, or you might have 2 or 3 jobs, and it's like you don't necessarily need all of them. Like you might need 2 of them, but you might not need the third one. Or you might have 2, but maybe you need to apply or find another job that just pays you more or gives you better benefits or something else, so you don't feel like you have to do this other job. But also some of you like have a job, and then you have like your side job, like your business or something, and you might be overworking yourself. You have to take a break sometimes, whether it be taking a nap during the day, or maybe taking a day off one day of the week, or saying like, after 8 o'clock I'm not doing any work, and that's it. And you mean it and you stick by it. And if you don't do that, you're literally going to burn yourself out. You're going to break your back. You're going to, in a way, destroy yourself, because you're going to be putting in so much work and draining your energy and your mind. You're going to make yourself sick, and it's just going to be like a spiral downfall. And you don't want that. You want to be able to enjoy your life to the fullest. All right, so now let's get some ancestral messages, and we'll be done with your reading. Well, look at that. We have hydrate and feed your body. Don't forget about us as well. So some of you might have an ancestral altar, and if you don't, you literally can just light a candle, set your intentions with the candle, that like, this is for my ancestors, and put some water and a little bit of food somewhere by that candle, and take care of yourself is what they're saying. Also, some of you need to drink more water and watch what you're eating. Next is, your ascension is here. You are leveling up. It might be challenging, but you will get through it. So know that some things might have to be released because there's an ascension here, there's a growth here, there's a shift happening. That's that change, so get ready for it. That could be also why they're saying hydrate and feed yourself, because you're going to get a lot of spiritual downloads. You're going to have this transformative energy that's about to happen, and you need to be well nourished. And then we have, you are so much closer than you think. Keep going, right? Keep going. And I'm looking at this 10 of Sticks card because like she's still going up the hill, she's still going, but it's like sometimes if you just take off some of the weight that you don't need anymore, you could probably get there a lot faster. And it's not saying you got to rush to get where you're going, but like more so, don't make it harder than what it is, right? All right, let's get your last 3 messages and we'll be done. All right, so we have, your root chakra is off. Reground yourself by dancing and meditating more so you are balanced. So your root chakra is literally the foundation of your chakra system. When this chakra is off, all of them start to follow eventually. Make sure you do what you have to do to balance this root chakra, whether it be going outside, dancing around, meditating, hydrating, eating the right foods, listening to certain root chakra music or sounds like on YouTube or meditations. Do it because you need this to be balanced. Okay, don't take this card lightly. Do it immediately. Spend the rest of this week, working on this chakra, and you will be fine. Because like I said, you don't want the other chakras to be out of balance either, because then it's just gonna make it a lot harder for you. So definitely get that together as soon as possible. And it's like I'm looking at this Fool, because the Fool is the first card in the tarot deck, and I feel like that's literally the root of the tarot deck. It starts there. So making sure you're balanced. Next is you're about to meet the reason why you couldn't settle. I feel like that's connected to a relationship, or like of like some type of partnership, whether it's business or just like love. But you're about to meet the reason why you can't settle, and why you need to keep going, and why you need to push through, because it is definitely going to be worth the wait and worth everything. All right, and let's get the last one. All right, we have trust that this transition is for your highest good. Things are about to get exciting. See, that's going with the change energy. I'm telling y'all, this new beginning, this shift that you're about to experience, it is for your highest good. It is for a reason. And when you see how, that's why they're telling me to tell you to say, show me how my life is going to get better. Show me how my life is going to get better. Because the change that you're about to see is about to be exciting. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm ready for it. This is worth it. I'm ready. I'm going to listen. I'm going to do all the things that I have to do. And just this beautiful new beginning happens for you. You're able to enjoy it and embrace it and know that, what, this was worth it. This was worth it. I'm hearing reset. Some of you are experiencing a reset or about to, and that's why that shift, that change energy is here, because they want you to know that. And just know that whether you are traveling a different road that you never traveled before, always to know that you are protected, you're guided, and just have that confidence and be carefree and just go after it. Enjoy the journey. Okay. So this is what I have for those that selected this pile. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed your reading. Feel free to thumbs up the video, leave a comment below, and check out other videos on my channel. I wish you all the best. Blessings and love. All right, Pile Force. So let's see what your door message is, and then we're going to get started and get your ancestral spirit guides messages that they have for you at this time. We're going to start out with your tarot cards here that are already pulled, and then we're going to get additional tarot cards, additional oracle cards, and spiritual messages as well. So your door message is silent skill. I challenge you to unpack your mind. In meditation's grace, the soul can unwind. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of doubt. I like that. So some of you are probably sitting on a skill, a gift, a passion, and your ancestors and your guides are like, it's time for you to start using it. It's time for you to start, nurturing it, putting it to good use, right? So some of you might be writers, some of you could be singers, artists, whatever it is time for you to put it to use. Some of you might also be interested in like spiritual work, like maybe becoming a tarot reader or like doing something with like Reiki healing. Whatever it is time for you to start using that skill. You know, you weren't given the skill for nothing. You were given it for a reason. Okay? So your first tarot card is the Three of Sticks. Beautiful card. And so let's start with this Three of Sticks card, because I feel like it's a lot of messages that I'm getting with this one. I feel like the big thing is that it might feel like you have gone through a lot of losses in life, but you have some wins coming in, right? And it's finally coming in. As I say this, like my eyes, they get a little heavy, you know, kind of like teary-eyed. And I feel like a lot of you have cried yourself to sleep many times wondering, will it be my turn? When will I finally win in life? I feel this warm embrace around me right now, kind of like a hug. And it's saying, today, honey, today is the day that your life will change. Today is when you will see all of the things that you've won. No more losses, only wins moving forward is what I'm getting with this card. And now that isn't saying that you're going to have like a bad day or a challenge in the future, but it's saying the hard part is over. Right? I know a lot of y'all are excited about that, to hear that the hard part is over. I'm also seeing improved finances with this card. So like, you know, there could be some money coming in, like a small inheritance or like, you know, a refund or something you've just been waiting to get back, and it's finally, you know, arriving in your bank account, or you're going to receive a check in the mail as well. I also see this card, like this card is a card of travel, but I see like it's more so connected to the movement in your life, right? So this progress, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just take it a small step at a time and know that progress is beautiful. Progress is great. You know, I'm also getting this vision of like you seeing a bigger picture. It's time to see beyond the surface to dig deeper, you know, because there's going to be some power moves and game changers that's going to happen, but you can't really, you know, make those type of moves or have this game changer experience if you see small. If you're looking at stuff from a smaller perspective, you gotta have a bigger perspective and a different eye on it as well. I also feel like, you know, the wait is over. Like I channeled that for another pile. I don't remember what number it was, but you know, another pile I had channeled like that saying the wait is over. And I feel like that's what Spirit is telling you, the wait is over. Okay. All right, your next tarot card is the Mother of Baskets, which is the Queen of Cups. And the first thing I'm noticing with this card is like this, you know, the numbers behind her, you know, and I know that it's connected to planetary magic square, like the square of the moon. And so I feel like this card is giving me like strong feminine energy, and it's inviting you to learn more about the moon and divine energy, divine feminine energy. You know, you are extremely powerful during the crescent moon and full moon time is what I'm getting. And that is a good time for you to manifest and like set your intentions. I also see that some of you might be a little sensitive or emotional during those certain type of moon cycles. So use that time to tap into your emotions and balance yourself. You may need to distance yourself for a few hours or a day or so whenever it happens. But I feel like this energy, this feminine energy, wants to welcome you in and say like, yes, learn about me. Learn more about the moon. Learn more about your feminine energy. Embrace it. And also pay attention to like the numbers that you might start to see. You might see the angel numbers, or like you might see different codes. Like I'm hearing codes. Like it's like they're going to give you codes to like break open a lock or something. And when I say like a lock, it's not a physical lock, but it's like you're going to crack the code, and that's how you get the stuff that you always wanted to. So it's like you're going to already get things that you prayed for and that you wanted, but once you crack the code, you're going to get additional things. So I think of it like as a bonus, you know, like you got this, but since you also solved this puzzle, you're going to get these bonus things as well. All right, and then next we have the Lovers, which is 14 in this card, or in this deck. And so I'm getting a couple of different things with this energy. Like the first thing I'm getting is like reviewing your ethics and your options and make an honest assessment of like the path that you're considering choosing. You know, it's time to make a choice, because the Lovers is about a decision, making a choice, right? And this is the time for you to make that decision. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? You know, you can't sit on it too long. It's time for you to make that choice. And I feel like Spirit is moving you to do that now. I also know that this is a card of preparation for dating. And your guys want you to be intentional about when you're dating. Like, especially when you're seriously dating, like date with a purpose or plan. If you know what you want and you want to be in a serious committed relationship, then put yourself only in a place where that is what the outcome is and it matches, you know, the experiences that you're going through, right? Meaning if you go on a date with the person and they say on the first date they're not looking for something serious on the first date and they don't want to be in a relationship anytime soon, leave it at that. Leave it there. Don't try to expect more from them than what they're willing to give. And it's not saying like, oh, people can't change their minds later down the road, but it's like when someone tells you what they want up front, believe them, accept that, and you know, decide if that's in alignment with what you want or not. If it's not, then move on. If it is, then great. But it's like if you want the serious committed relationship, you have to surround yourself with experiences that match that energy and people that want that same vibe and that outcome as you as well, so you're not getting hurt along the way, you know. The next message I'm getting to is that this is especially for someone that has recently prayed about this, is that when will I meet my future spouse? And I get that, but this is only for the person that like prayed for that question and with that intention and with that honesty. It's not like, you know, oh, when am I going to meet my husband or my wife? And it's just like a silly or fun thought to you. But it's like someone that's really like, I am tired of dating. I want to be with my husband. I want to be with my spouse. I want to be with my wife. You know, I'm ready for that serious committed relationship and building the family and stuff. When am I going to meet them? When is it going to happen? And I feel like, you know, this answer is for the person, like I said, that has prayed about it, that has given their heart and their trust to their guides and their ancestors and God about it, to protect their heart, but to also guide them. And your answer is that your spouse is ready for you, and you two are crossing paths within the next 60 days. So get ready for that moment. Now, like I said before, this isn't for everyone that's listening. It's for the ones that really prayed about this and like have talked about this with their guides and their ancestors, and you know, and you will know this is for you. This part is for you. You'll feel it in your bones, and then you hear this conversation with Spirit and your guides. You hear it and you see the messages that God has provided for you as well. So it feels right because it's on time and it resonates with you. But some of you are about to meet that person very, very soon, within the next 60 days, which is like 2 months or so. So give or take. And you know, time is fluid. So don't, you know, put it in your calendar 2 months from today, I'm gonna meet my spouse. Like, just keep that in mind and just go about your life, and then watch what unfolds, watch who you meet, you know, and continue to work on self-love and focusing on yourself and doing the things that make you feel good and that you're passionate about. Figure out what this silent skill is, you know, because that could be something you're sitting on, and that could be the way you meet that person, or that could be the way that you unlock even more abundance in your life, right? Okay, so that's what I'm getting with that. So let's get some more tarot cards. Wow. The first card, the Fool, and the last card, or the next card, is the Supreme. This is the last card of like her major arcana parts of her deck, and I find that amazing that comes out, because Spirit is literally saying like, the wait is over. It's your time to shine. It's literally about to be lit. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say. Like, this new beginning that you're about to embark on is phenomenal. This Supreme is a beautiful card because it represents, you know, this abundance and this fullness that you're going to experience. I'm going to actually read the Supreme card for you all. Let me find it in the book. Okay, here we go. The Supreme. It says, all is connected, all is you. And at all times, you have the power to connect fully and be your powerful self, the Supreme. For the stardust, our immortal souls arise, emerge into form, and by destiny, an occurrence just as rare as the sight of an eclipse shall ascend a true force, the Supreme. Her pure intentions are blessed by the universe as she caresses a journey that moves at the pace of her will. She is guided by her ancestors, emerging all of her lessons to accomplish goals. The resilient goddess is at no time defeated, because she knows she is indeed a true goddess, only bound by mortal form, and all her wishes at all times is possible. Know the power of the Supreme is divine. This is the time to accept yourself as a powerful goddess that you are. You are in every moment in time, both individually and as a collective history and future. By the ways of your womb and hand and mind, your desires shall manifest. Reign as both the creator and the creation, for you are protected. The universe and all the ancestors are waiting to aid you. All you need is confidence, and you are indeed who you are, the supreme. Utilize all that you know intellectually and spiritually to create the internal success you're capable of. You can do it. All right. So Spirit is letting you know whatever you want is literally yours. And I feel like this is connected to your skill too. Like, do it. Do it. Don't feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't have the experience, or like all the experience that other people have. I don't know if I should start this channel because I don't know how to do X, Y, and Z, but I do know how to do A, B, and C. Like, do it. Stop sitting on it. Stop sleeping on it. Do it. Go after it. And that'll also keep you preoccupied as you wait for other things to come in for you, all of your ships to come in. And let's get one more card. I feel like your pile has like so many jumbled messages, but it's like different things that you have to hear at this time in your life. All right, next we have here is justice. So there's this need of balance within your life. There's this need for you to, continue to walk down this path, even when you're not sure where you're going to go next, or, if you're doing the right thing, quote unquote, the right thing. But know that it's going to be a bittersweet moment, because sometimes we have to, go on these journeys by ourselves. We can't bring everyone that we always wanted to bring with us, or, we might not know exactly where we're going, but we know that we're being guided to go that way. So we have to trust it and just, believe in ourselves and believe that we are going to always be guided in a way that helps us become a better version of ourselves, but also get us closer to what we want overall. Okay. So now let us get some other oracle cards. I'm gonna put these up here. I'm hearing some of you need to like check your natal chart. I'm hearing third house. Check your third house, your fourth house, and your seventh house. Pay attention to what planets are ruling those houses as well. What's in there. So yeah, I'm hearing that special message for a lot of you. We have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay. So some of you may also need to let go of a decision that you made in the past and know that there's no need to regret it. Maybe there was a time it was like a missed opportunity and you regret not, getting on it when you first heard about it. That's okay. It's not the end of the world, but don't sit in regret. Know that you can't change the past, but you can, change your reality, your current reality. You can, do things to help you manifest the future that you want for yourself, right? And so that is important for you to never feel as if you made the wrong decision or the poor decision for not doing something that you thought you should have did. And sometimes the things that we don't do is actually the thing that was supposed to happen. Like, that was actually in the cards for you not to do that, which is perfect alignment for the journey and the thing that you're on at this time. Let's see what else I get. But I'm also hearing them say, like, you have the power to accept your past, right? And not focusing on the past and letting it dictate the direction of your future, and not dictating, it taking your power away, right? Because you are a creator, you hold power and you hold this truth. And sometimes when we think we made a poor decision, we sit with it so long, we regret it, and that stops us from having this new beginning. So it's really important for you to not hold on to that regret any longer. That's what Spirit wants to say. Let's see what else. All right, we have adversity. I accept the challenges. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Perfect. So this is literally what you got to think about it when it comes to the decisions that you made in the past. Like, the things that you decided on, the challenges that you may have experienced, take them as lessons. Learn from them. They are learning experiences. No one ever said that life was going to be easy, that it was going to be, just I just do this and everything's going to fall in order. No, that's not how life works. So obstacles will present themselves to you, but you have to be confident and know that you can get through and conquer adversity and these challenges, but you can't dwell on them. You can't worry about them, because sometimes you're not going to know what's going to be that next challenge or that next obstacle, but just know that it's time for you to just go head on and just stand up for yourself, be confident in yourself, right? And I'm also seeing that this is a good time for you to connect with your soul family. So whether that be like your friends or your family members, your ancestors, your spirit guides, connecting with them. I'm also seeing with this courting card, those women on the side of them, of that couple, those are the ancestors. So your ancestors are always here, waiting for you to talk to them, waiting for you to, join them in conversation, or to just talk, about the things that's going on in life, or just showing up and just thanking them for being there. That's another thing, being grateful, showing gratitude, being appreciative of the things that you have and the things that you might not necessarily have, because it's a reason why, and it could be a form of protection, and you are not even aware of that. All right, so now let us get you some ancestor messages, and then we'll be done with your reading. We'll look at that. No, it just wasn't for you. What is yours will always be yours. I think I just said that, how I was saying, some things we might not have, and it's for form of protection. So your spirit guides are literally letting you know, like, some things that you didn't get, it's okay. It was a form of protection. It wasn't for you, but you're going to get what's actually for you. Next is, you are manifesting healthy relationships and financial prosperity. So this is just confirming, the Lover's card. This is confirming, this energy of like your blessings, your gifts, your abundance. All of that is coming in. This new beginning is coming in for you. Okay. Let's get another one of these, and then we'll go to my other deck, and then we'll be done. Okay. So we got 2. We have, look at that. Lean into your blessings. Pay attention to the snakes in the grass and the crows in the sky. So this gives me the vibe that you have to be mindful of, the behaviors and the things that you think, right? Your thoughts, your feelings, because what I said with the moon energy, like, you're powerful during the moon, crescent moon. I think I said the full moon, and the full moon is about purging and releasing. And I know, like, most of the time full moons can be emotionally daunting or draining in a way. So pay attention to your thoughts during that time. That way you want to release it, but also you don't sit with it too much, where it starts to create and manifest the stuff that you don't want. I'm also getting that some of you in that pick this pile may struggle with anxiety, or like, and I won't say depression, but you have like maybe seasonal depression, or maybe you have depressive episodes during your cycle or during a moon cycle. So be mindful of that and work through that. Talk to people, whether it be getting a therapist or communicating with like a close friend, like, hey, today's a really bad day for me. Is it okay if I talk to you about some things, or write about it, connect with your ancestors? But don't hold on to it. Don't carry that weight too long, because then it's going to drain you and it's going to make you feel, even worse. So it's like, it's important for you to understand your emotions and your thoughts, and also, put them in a space that's healthy. All right, we have, the things you are passionate about are not random interests. Those interests are part of your calling. That goes to that silent skill that we got earlier for your door message. This is telling you to unpack that passionate thing that you're interested in, or like that random interest, that random skill, because it's a part of your calling. It's a part of your journey. And I feel like this Mother of Baskets, she's inviting you, like, whatever you're interested in doing, or that silent skill is, she is the master of it, right? And she's like, here, come on, let's do this. Like, I can show you tips and tricks. I can guide you with this, So make sure you figure out what it is. I feel like a lot of you know what it is already. You're just scared. You're sitting on it. So it's time to release it and actually go for it. All right, let's get some more. We have, if it doesn't bring you peace or purpose, then don't give it your energy, or give it your attention, time, or energy. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to give you guys 2 more because I want to make it even. You're the only group that got 8 messages of the spirit guide messages. So don't tell them. Don't tell the other piles. All right. So we have, your crown chakra needs some attention. Clean your space and capture your thoughts to help clear your mind. That goes with that, how I was saying, with like, maybe during the moon cycle, you might get a little sad, or your emotions are really all over the place. Like, paying attention to your emotions, paying attention to how you're feeling, and giving it language and understanding it. And also know that it's okay if you don't know something or you're afraid, but you have to understand where did that come from, and then also how to overcome it. And then next we have the power you seek is within your hands, soul, and mind. Use it and watch what you create. Beautiful. This is once again confirming that you hold so much power. And I feel like some of you don't even realize it, how much power you actually have and how much you hold. And so Spirit is telling you it is your time to use that power, to utilize it. You know, they didn't give you this power for nothing. That's why the Supreme is in the middle of this, like, you know, layout of the cards. You are the Supreme. You are powerful. You are a creator. You're a powerful being. You have so many skills and gifts, and it's time for you to utilize them and to show them and share them with the world. And it's also time for you to receive the gifts of the universe, right? Lean into your blessings. Know that you're manifesting healthy relationships and financial prosperity. Know that there's nothing that you have to regret or be sad about, because everything that you did and overcame was for a reason. It was a part of your journey and a part of your path. Okay? So this is what I have for those that selected this pile. I hope you all enjoyed your reading. Feel free to leave a comment below and thumbs up this video. And I will be back with additional videos in the future. Best wishes, love, and abundance.